So for me, it was the shit hit the fan. We have to bail out of the vehicles. So I did a lot of low vis work, probably the latter half of my career. I'm a military case officer, and so I did a lot of low vis meetings, a lot of close target reconnaissance, pinpointing targets, route reconnaissance, all in low vis vehicles. Armor 9 out of 10. I didn't have armor on. Ultimately you fight with the vehicle as long as you can, because as long as you're moving, you're not pinned down, and that 2,000 pound like in battering ram gets you through a lot more than your foot going through a door will.
Yeah.
So you stayed in the vehicle as long as you could, and then but if you had to bail out, you were fighting from it. So what I had was a small little, I sent you a picture of that chopped AK. That was my lap gun. So I would have that on my lap with like a FIA over the top of it, because it was just basically a 75 round bullet hose that if we got stopped at a checkpoint and had to start shooting immediately, it was literally point blank, just spray.
Yeah, just a contact breaker kind of.
And I literally had 75 rounds. And if I had to drop it and run, it was a fucking battlefield recovered gun anyway. And so we did the same thing in a trunk. So I had that, and I sent you that AK bag. So that went with that gun. And so that was between my legs, AK on my lap. And then I also had an M4. Certain times I didn't even take an M4. I just had a 45 on me. But then in the trunk, though, I had a cut down RPD. Just like you see all the MaxSog, fucking chopper barrels. So in SF, every battalion has a civilian armorer that can do up to a certain level of maintenance in-house. Well, those guys in 5th group, you had 3 of them, 1 per battalion. And then later, the 4th one came on with 4th battalion. One of those guys was always deployed forward with the forward element in Iraq. You could call up or go see that guy and take him guns and go, hey, this is what I want to do. Can you do this? And so I had the guy chop it. He had to enlarge the gas port. And then what I used that for, though, was a trunk gun. So because in the trunk, we'd have like a case of water, breakdown kit for the vehicle to change tires, whatever, med kit, a trunk gun, basically a belt-fed gun that you could fight with. Well, I didn't want to leave a Mark 46 or a 240 or something in the trunk, especially if we had to run, because then we just lost an American gun. An RPD that, again, battlefield recovered. It was right there. And if I had to get out of the truck or the car because it was on fire, grab what I had and I was gone. And that was, I could fight out of the bag between my legs. But if I could get to the trunk, I could grab more stuff and hopefully shuttle it into a building or use a belt-fed machine gun with more range and more firepower.
Yeah.